Top 25 baseball as number 25 Carson-Newman plays host to number 6 Florida Southern. The Mocs making their first and only trip of the regular season outside of the Sunshine State, and they're coming up to visit Jefferson City, Tennessee for the first time in either program's history. First meeting between the Mocs and the Eagles since 2005. It's been 2 decades since these two teams saw the diamond against each other, and it's a top 25 clash here in Tennessee. Clary Simpson will lead things off for the Mocs of Florida Southern out of the Sunshine State Conference. Ryan Higgins, the ace for Carson-Newman through this point in the season, on the mound for Carson-Newman. Higgins fires the first offering for a called strike outside. 2:02, the official first pitch time of today's game. A couple minutes late from the scheduled start time. Simpson waits on the 0-1, and it's well outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So a 1-1 to Simpson. After Simpson, it's Mikey Scott, Grant Thorman, and Noah Rabin. The designated hitter, right fielder, bats clean up as a 1-1 fouled back for strike 2. Roshan Riley hits 5th. He is the third baseman. Ahmad Fitz, the designated hitter. Corey Philly, the catcher. Chris McKenna, the first baseman. And Jevin Relaford round out the batting order for the Mocs, wearing the baby blue. The 1-2 lifted high in the sky towards the third base side. Underneath it is Aiden Gibson for Carson-Newman, and he's able to make the catch for the first out of the ball game. Simpson fouls out to third, and it brings up Mikey Scott. Scott, the starting left fielder for the Mocs, who enter this trip to Jefferson City on a 6-game winning streak as a called strike from Ryan Higgins opens his at-bat 0-1. Mocs have won 6 in a row, including a midweek win against Roosevelt University in Lakeland back on Tuesday. Called strike outside, and it's quickly 0-2 to Scott. A sweep of the Berry Buccaneers last weekend at Henley Field in Lakeland. It was a quick trip across Alligator Alley for the Buccaneers as a wild pitch goes low. Luckily, nobody aboard for Higgins, and it just makes the count 1-2. Florida Southern's win streak dates all the way back to February 22nd with a doubleheader sweep of Florida Tech. Took down the Panthers 9-3 and 7-4, but dropped the opener in Melbourne 2-0. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Ryan Higgins will get his first strikeout of the ball game on the second batter that he faces as Mikey Scott goes down swinging. It brings up the 3-hole hitting Grant Thorman. Florida Southern ranked number 6 across a majority of polls. Rose to number 5 this week in the ABCA coaches poll. First pitch is upstairs and away. Florida Southern in the baby blue jerseys, red batting helmets, red numbers on the front and back with white outlines. Southern written across the front in red script. The 1-0 missing outside yet again. 2 balls and no strikes. A red stripe goes down the side of the white pants with a red belt to accent for the Mocs. Sunshine State Conference logo on the left sleeve. 2-0 from Higgins. This one's hit back up the middle. It will be the first hit of the ball game, and Thorman's got himself a base hit into right center field. So a 2-out single for Grant Thorman, the center fielder, brings up the right fielder and cleanup batter Noah Rabin. Batting .407 on the year. He's been a tough out for nearly every team this year. The grad student out of Sebastopol, California, lefty batter, goes the right fielder Rabin. Runner at first for the Mocs. First pitch swinging back up the middle. Diving stop by Jenkins, who will step on the second base bag himself. And that will do it for the Mocs half of the first. Only one batter reaches on a base hit, and that's all that was doing for Florida Southern in the first inning of play. Eagles come up to bat when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shop cneagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shop cneagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. Shop cneagles.com.
Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, Carson-Newman coming up to bat for the first time after holding the Mocs to just a single base hit in the first inning. Mocs left off the scoreboard in the top of the first. The Eagles looking to take an early lead in the series opener against the number 6 team in the land. For Carson-Newman, Ryan Jenkins, Spencer Williams, and Logan Floyd do up this inning, followed by Tanner Kilgore, Nicholas Castellana, and Aiden Gibson. Cole Nathan, Ryan Bolton, and Trey Miller round out the Eagles' batting order. Starting pitcher for Florida Southern is Sachin Ramos. A 3-1 record on the year, a 3.81 ERA. The sophomore from Woodacre, California, last appeared against the Buccaneers of Barrie, allowed 7 runs in 5 innings of work. First pitch to Ryan Jenkins, taken for a called strike 1. Second pitch swinging into foul territory. McKenna, the first baseman, climbs the hill, and it's a tough play for a player who is not used to the foul territory here in Jefferson City. And for our listeners and viewers from the Sunshine State, there is a hill up the right field line in foul territory. Doesn't get into the field of play, but it certainly makes life difficult for first baseman and in some cases right fielders chasing down a foul ball down the right field and first base lines. Ball skips low for Jenkins, and it's 1-0. Florida Southern, a dangerous team offensively, but also defensively as well, as there's a fly ball poked into right field. Ruben is there and will reach up to make the catch for the first out of the Eagles' half of the first. Brings up right fielder Spencer Williams. For Carson-Newman, crooked numbers have been a big part of this season. Carson-Newman has scored 4 runs or more in an inning in 19 different occasions, hasn't allowed an opponent to an inning of 4 runs or more. Inside comes the first pitch to Williams for ball 1. Carson-Newman in just its 9th non-conference contest of the season. 6-2 thus far, with both losses coming in midweeks. A swing and a miss, or a called strike, to Williams inside. Puts the count even at 1-1. Ramos fires. The righty finds a strike. Ramos, the 6'1", 200-pound right-handed pitching sophomore, had his worst outing of the year in his most recent outing, but he'll induce a strikeout to Spencer Williams. Williams strikes out swinging, and it brings up Logan Floyd with 2 down. Florida Southern got its first base runner in the top of the first with 2 outs. Carson-Newman looking to do the same. 3:55 bats Logan Floyd as the first pitch from Ramos to Floyd is taken for a strike. Ground ball foul up the third baseline. Florida Southern in the first base dugout. Carson-Newman in the home third base side. Carson-Newman in the white pants with blue stripes up the side and navy blue belt to match the navy blue tops. Eagles written in block lettering in white with orange outlines on the front. Numbers matching that style on the back. Called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate, and Floyd goes down in 3 pitches. Nothing doing for the Eagles in the bottom of the first. Scoreless through 1 inning of play here in Jefferson City on the Eagle Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Back on the Eagle Sports Network. Top of the second inning, both pitchers getting through it relatively painlessly. The only base runner thus far for either side belonged to Florida Southern in the top of the first with a Grant Thorman single. It's Roshan Riley, the third baseman, batting from the right-handed side. Stepping in as the 5-hole batter who will lead off the second. First pitch to him is taken low for ball 1. Higgins, 12 pitches thus far. Make that 13 now. 8 of them have gone for strikes. Relatively short inning for the righty ace for Carson-Newman. He'll miss on back-to-back pitches to open the inning. Here's the 2-0 delivery. That one's called a strike down low. So a 2-1 count to Roshan Riley. Ahmad Fitz and Corey Philly do up this inning for the Mocs as well. 2-1 offering. Hit back up the middle hard towards Trey Miller, the center fielder. He's there to make the catch for the first out of the top of the second. Ahmad Fitz, the designated hitter, the next to grab a bat for the Moccasins. The Mocs, a healthy dose of both righty and lefty swingers. Not too often you'll see that across the Division II level, either heavily favoring the right-handed side or entirely favoring the right-handed side. Fitz shows bunt but takes a called strike. Fitz batting .279, grad student from Durant High School. 0-1, called a strike down low at the knees, and Fitz is quickly behind 0-2. Had an 0-for-3 trip to the plate in the midweek against Roosevelt and the Lakers. That was a win for Florida Southern to extend the win streak. Ball is taken down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ahmad Fitz. Corey Philly stands on deck, the catcher. Now the 1-2 from Higgins, swung on and missed. Second strikeout for Ryan Higgins as Fitz is punched out. No runs on one hit, no errors for Florida Southern. No runs, no hits, no errors through one inning of play for Carson-Newman. Corey Philly, the catcher, the next to grab a bat. A offering from Higgins is fouled back for strike one. Higgins looking to get through a 1-2-3 inning of Southern. 0-1, called a strike. For Carson-Newman, this has been a series circled on the calendar since the beginning of the year, taking on an always difficult opponent, no matter who from the Sunshine State Conference. Just so happens it is the top of the Sunshine State Conference coming to Jefferson City. Ball taken down low, 1-2. Florida Southern out of Lakeland, Florida. A called strike outside. That's strike three, back-to-back punch-outs for Ryan Higgins. Gets Florida Southern to hold off on getting the bats going. The Eagles are coming up to bat in the bottom of the second when we return here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. Shopseeandeagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at shopseeandeagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Back here for the bottom of the second inning, Carson-Newman looking to get the offense going after shutting down Florida Southern offensively in the first and second innings for the Mocs. So bottom of the second inning, we'll see Tanner Kilgore, Nicholas Castellana, and Aiden Gibson do up. Sachem Ramos got through a painless inning, including a strikeout in the top, or the bottom of the first, I should say, as the first pitch to Tanner Kilgore missing upstairs for ball one. Only the third miss thus far for Ramos. The 1-0 delivery missing downstairs, and it's quickly 2-0 to Tanner Kilgore, batting from the right-handed side. Carson-Newman with few left-handed batters as that one's ripped back up the middle for a base hit. Tanner Kilgore gets the first single of the day for Carson-Newman, and it's right back up the middle for a leadoff single. Eagles are in business here in the second. In the first, fly out for Jenkins, a strikeout for Williams, and a strikeout of Logan Floyd. 2 strikeouts in the frame for Sachem Ramos. Only the second ball put into play for the Eagles is a base hit. Nicholas Castellana steps up. He began the season swinging a hot stick, has since cooled down, still batting a ridiculous .370. And if coming down to .370 is coming back down to earth, it shows you just how good of the start of the year was for Castellana. He'll foul one off down the right field line. Counts even to Castellano, 1-1. Ground ball to third. Tough play for Riley. He scoops it up. Throw on to second for one. On to first, and it's a 5-4-3 double play. Castellana grounds out in the Mocs, able to turn two. Riley to Simpson to McKenna, and there's two gone for Aiden Gibson. Ramos looking to get through another 1-2-3 inning facing the minimum despite allowing a base hit. And Aiden Gibson, the third baseman, takes a ball outside. Fly ball hit over towards right. That's going to drop in for a base hit. It's the second hit of the inning for the Eagles, but only one base runner aboard after the double play hit into by Castellana. So the Eagles get another aboard with one out. It brings up the second baseman, Cole Nathan. Nathan, the 7-hole hitter, looking to drive the ball to extend the inning. Instead, he takes a pitch low for a called strike. The Eagles' lone two non-conference losses coming on the road to Lee and Young Harris, both midweek contests. The 0-1 pulled it back, but called a strike and called a swing, in fact. And it's 0-2. Florida Southern only one non-conference loss on the year, 15-2, have just two losses overall. One came in conference play to Florida Tech. The 0-2 missing outside, and it's a ball and two strikes. The lone non-conference loss came to nationally ranked West Florida. The Argonauts took down Florida Southern 10-7 in Game 2 of a three-game series in Lakeland. 1-2, foul tipped into the glove, and that's enough for strike three. Nathan will strike out swinging. It's the third strikeout of the game for Sachin Ramos, and that gets through the Eagles' half of the second. Two hits, but nothing doing with them. We're through 2 innings complete, and it's still zeros on the scoreboard here in Jefferson City on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Back here in Jefferson City, Tennessee, nicknamed Mossy Creek for the namesake river that runs just over the left field wall here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. As we begin the third inning, it's Chris McKenna, Jevin Relaford, and Cleary Simpson, the 8-9-1 portion of the batting order. First pitch skipping away from McKenna, or for McKenna from Ryan Higgins, and it's ball one. The 1-0 hit towards third, picked up by Aiden Gibson. The throw across the diamond is in time on a 5-3 ground out. McKenna is retired his first time up to the plate. And it brings up the 9-hole hitting Jevin Relaford, the shortstop, wearing number 1 in the baby blue jerseys for Florida Southern. Bunt laid down, but it goes foul for the first strike of the at-bat for Jevin Relaford. Was mentioning last time the Mocs were up to bat from Lakeland, Florida, that's gotten notoriety here in February and March for being the spring training home of the Detroit Tigers. 0-1 ball will miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Also home of the single-A Lakeland Flying Tigers of the Florida State League. The 1-1 offering called a strike on the outside part of the plate. And it's quickly a 1-2 count to Relaford. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Relaford will go down on strikes. It is strikeout number 4 for Ryan Higgins, the first time through the batting order. Back to the top for Cleary Simpson. He fouled out to the third base side, the opposite way for the left-handed hitting second baseman. First pitch taken for a ball. Ryan Higgins, solid control thus far. 31 pitches, 20 of them have gone for strikes. (1-0). This one's hit back up the middle. Trey Miller coming inside. He dives out, is able to make the play. Trey Miller making plays on defense. We'll see if he can make plays on offense. He's due up in the bottom of the inning next on the Eagles Sports Network. Sachin Ramos, through 2 innings, has only allowed 2 hits, and no runners have reached scoring position for either side thus far today. Carson-Newman's looking to change that here in the bottom of the third. Ryan Bolton, Trey Miller, and Ryan Jenkins are due up here in the third for Carson-Newman. Florida Southern got a notable rap at the end of the last decade prior to COVID hitting. Were common opponents of the Detroit Tigers in spring training in those non-traditional contests that seem to only now exist between the Boston Red Sox and Northeastern. As Ryan Bolton, the left fielder, steps up to the dish. Florida Southern and the Detroit Tigers last played in 2018. Detroit won that most recent meeting 6-1. A ball upstairs, and it's a 1-0 count. Most of those contests have seemed to gone by the wayside after COVID occurred, as the 1-0 slapped over to the first base side off the glove of McKenna, and it's a base hit into right field. So Ryan Bolton will get a leadoff single, second consecutive inning in which the Eagles have gotten the leadoff man aboard. Trey Miller has been the hottest hitter for Carson-Newman. He'll lay a bunt down foul up the first baseline. Trey Miller leads the Eagles with a .462 batting average and has a team-high 24 hits. After he only collected 8 RBI all of last season, he already has 21 heading into the middle of March. Has 5 games with multiple RBIs as well, leading to that mark. It's the 0-1 pickoff high, but McKenna is able to draw it back in. The 0-1. Ground ball back up to the pitcher, Ramos. He throws it back on a bunt attempt and saying that it pulled him off the bag. Is able to reach base safely with a fielder's choice on the sac bunt. And coming out and wanting to get an explanation, head coach for Florida Southern and the Mocs, Rick O'Detti. In his first season at Florida Southern, his 24th season coaching college baseball as a whole. And the ruling is safe on the play. So Miller reach. After that play, Ryan Jenkins will step up to the dish. Top of the order, he flew out to right field his last time up. First time for either side to have a base runner aboard on second base or greater. First pitch, ball will miss outside. Ground ball hooking foul for strike one. So a 1-1 count, 2 runners aboard. One dancing at second is Bolton. The delivery too far away. A wild pitch will allow both runners to advance to the next bag, and the Eagles are 90 feet away from taking an early lead on the number 6 team in the land. Wild pitch forces both of them up. So an error on Sachin Ramos on the throw over to second allowed Ryan Bolton to be safe at second base. A foul ball will turn it into a 2-2. Still nobody out in the inning. Trey Miller reached on that fielder's choice with the throw going over towards second to try to get Bolton out. And a wild pitch advances both runners into scoring position. The 2-2. Hit well towards left field. Scott has a read. Should be deep enough to score Bolton from third. The throw will go to the cutoff man. Both runners are able to advance on a deep sacrifice fly to left field. Miller up to third. Bolton comes in to score, and it's 1-0 Eagles. So Carson-Newman able to take a 1-0 advantage on the sac fly. It brings up Spencer Williams with a runner at third base and one gone. He laces one first pitch back up the middle, an RBI single for Spencer Williams. And it's 2-0 Carson-Newman as Miller comes in to score. Eagles have taken a 2-0 lead here in Jefferson City, and you have to wonder for the Florida kids, if a bit of cold weather is getting in the way, 50 degrees and cloudy with some wind making it feel a little bit colder here in Jefferson City. For some northerners, that may not sound like the coldest day, but I can promise you a swing and a miss here from Floyd. As a Sunshine State native myself, it is frigid. Runner at first for Carson-Newman on the RBI single from Spencer Williams. Checked his swing, but it's a called strike. Number 25, Carson-Newman leading 2-0 in the bottom of the third with a 2 spot here. Off Sachin Ramos, pickoff back to first. Williams is able to get back in safely with just a scamper on over. The 0-2. Hit foul. This one actually hits off one of the support beams of the net, and the ball will trickle all the way back out towards third base. Riley will toss it into the Carson-Newman dugout. Ball well outside. Inning will continue. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Logan Floyd looking to extend the inning after Carson-Newman was able to score a couple of runs. Ryan Bolton singled. Trey Miller, a bunt on a fielder's choice, was able to reach on the E1 on the throw over to first. Ground ball hit over towards first base, picked up by McKenna. He'll step on the bag. That's the only play. A 3 unassisted pushes Williams into scoring position, but there are now 2 outs in the inning. Brings up Tanner Kilgore. Kilgore singled his last time up, but was called out on the next play when Nicholas Castellana grounded into an inning-ending, or a first 2 outs of the inning double play. 2 hits in the inning, 2 runs, 1 error committed, 1 runner aboard for the Eagles wearing navy blue. The 2-0 slapped over towards the left field side. That's a base hit. Rounding third and coming home. Here comes the throw from Scott. Comes out way in front of Philly, who has to collect there. And it's a 3-0 Carson-Newman lead as Spencer Williams doubles for the RBI. Excuse me, singles for the RBI. Apologies there, and he's 2 for 2 today. A mound visit for Florida Southern. An RBI single for Tanner Kilgore has made it a 3-0 Carson-Newman lead here in the bottom of the third. Not too often does Florida Southern allow a 3 spot in an inning. The last time it happened, it was the top of the first 2 games ago in an 11-10 win over Barry. Barry put up a 3 spot in the top of the fourth in a loss for Florida Southern, or in a win for Florida Southern, 9-8 in the series opener against Barry. That was a walk-off in which Barry took the go-ahead run in the top of the 9th. Florida Southern scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th to take down the Buccaneers. First pitch called strike to Nicholas Castellana. The 0-1 swung on and missed, and it's strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner at first. Ramos, the delivery, it's blooped over towards second, where it's caught on the fly by Simpson, and that will end the inning. So that ends the frame. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. Eagles lead by 3 at the end of the third on the Eagle Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Florida Southern back up to bat in the top of the fourth, trailing now 3-0. A bunt laid down by Mikey Scott, but it goes foul, and we'll do it again with an 0-1 count to Scott. In the previous inning, 3 runs scored for Carson-Newman. Only one of them earned on Sachin Ramos. The 0-1 bouncing ball back up the middle, gloved by the shortstop, and Jenkins, the throw on to Floyd, is there for the out. Scott grounds out 6-3. Ryan Higgins back out for his 4th inning of work. He's looked pretty good so far, striking out 4 batters one time through the batting order. Called strike on the at-bat to Grant Thorman, who is 0 for 1 today. 1 for 1 today. He's the lone mock with a base hit. My apologies there. It's the 0-1 from Higgins, missing outside. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Conference tournament time of the year for basketball. Florida Southern and Carson-Newman both making inroads in their respective conference tournaments. High pop-up in the infield. Underneath it is Jenkins, the shortstop. He'll reach up and track it down for the second out of the inning. Thorman pops out to short, and there's 2 gone. Jenkins with a putout and an assist through 2 batters here in the 4th. Higgins takes a pitch inside for Noah Rabin, who takes a called strike 1. So it is a 3-0 Carson-Newman lead here in the top of the 4th. 2 outs, nobody on, ball outside will even up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Florida Southern looking to get the offense going again to get back into this game which now stands at a 3-0 deficit. Ball low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. While Florida Southern did not qualify for the women's tournament, made it to the conference championship on the men's side. Ball comes inside, and it's a 3-1 count. Florida Southern has a tall task ahead of them in the conference championship on Sunday. The number 2 seed will travel to Fort Lauderdale to take on Nova Southeastern, who has made it to the national championship in back-to-back seasons, winning it 2 years ago. 3-1, swung on and missed, and it's a full count 3-2. Two gone in the inning, nobody on, full count. Rabin, the left-handed batter, waits on the Higgins offering, which is called strike 3 inside. Rabin strikes out looking. 5 strikeouts for Ryan Higgins against the Mocs, and the number 25 Eagles are looking to claim stake into the 3rd loss of the season for Florida Southern. Still a long way to go. Eagles look to get the offense to continue when we return here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, it's the South Atlantic Conference taking on the Sunshine State Conference. Florida Southern, number 6 in the land, taking on number 25 Carson-Newman. The Eagles did slip a little bit since ranking to ranking, went from number 22, a loss to Young Harris in the midweek, who is now ranked across multiple polls. Pushed Carson-Newman down to number 25 as a called strike will open the at-bat to Aiden Gibson. Carson-Newman also taking 2 of 3 from rival Lincoln Memorial. A ball will miss as LMU handed Carson-Newman so far its only home loss of the season. The Eagles sitting at 11-1 here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. A foul tip into the glove for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is taken inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Aiden Gibson. He's 1 for 1 today, singled back in the second. A 2-2 offering taken upstairs, and it's ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Payoff pitch missing down low, and for the 3rd consecutive inning, the Eagles have the leadoff runner aboard. Tanner Kilgore singled in the second, Ryan Bolton singled in the 3rd, and now Aiden Gibson will draw the first walk of the day against Sachem Ramos to get a runner aboard for the Eagles. Fly ball hit over towards right field. Rabin gives chase towards the warning track, gloved by Rabin. A nice catch up against the wall, And it's the first out of the inning. Cole Nathan flies out a long way on the first pitch of the at-bat, and it was an athletic play on the run by the right fielder Rabin to track it down. Gibson is able to retreat back to first base successfully. And Ryan Bolton will come up 1 for 1. He's singled back in the third. A ball will miss outside to Ryan Bolton. 1 ball and no strikes. Mentioned Florida Southern's men making it to the conference championship in the Sunshine State Conference. The Carson-Newman men and women both making it to the conference semifinals. As a high pop-up in the infield, Gibson races back as Ramos makes the glove, throws on over to first. Ramos frustrated as he couldn't make the play back at first. Gibson back in safely. A pop-up for Bolton brings up Trey Miller. Miller 0 for 0 today. Even though he reached on a fielder's choice, it was on a sacrifice bunt attempt. First pitch, a called strike to Trey Miller, and it's an 0-1 count. The 0-1, bunt laid down, but it goes foul for strike 2. 2 outs in the inning. Likely we'll see Miller swing away here with 2 strikes on his count and 2 outs in the inning. Now Carson-Newman's men and women both falling in the semifinals yesterday for today's championship, but both expected to make it into the field of 64 for the NCAA tournaments. The 0-2, Miller swings through it and misses. Was a half-hearted swing the entire way, but it is a strikeout for Sachem Ramos. Strikeout number 4 for the Florida Southern pitcher. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for Carson-Newman here in the 4th. We'll be back for inning number 5 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Ryan Higgins has looked good so far through 4 innings. Only 1 hit allowed, and it came back in the first. Roshan Riley, Ahmad Fitz, and Corey Philly do up this inning. That same part of the batting order led off the second for the Mocs and went 3 up, 3 down. As a matter of fact, dating all the way back to the first inning, Higgins has retired 10 in a row, with 5 of those outs coming by way of the strikeout. First pitch from Higgins to Riley is in there for a called strike. Pitch count has been kept relatively low for Higgins today. This pitch coming here will be the 45th. The 0-1, big swing and a miss over the top of it on a pitch that just fell off the table. Florida Southern looking to keep a winning streak of 6 in a row alive, dating back to February 21st. The 0-2, ball taken outside. So a 1-2 to Roshan Riley, the third baseman for the Mocs, bats from the right-handed side. This is the first of a 3-game series with 2 coming in a doubleheader tomorrow. The 1-2 missing low, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Florida Southern just looking for any type of offense, a ball coming inside. Riley gets out of the way and avoids the hit by pitch that would have given Florida Southern its first base runner in 10 batters. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Roshan Riley strikes out, number 6 on the day for Ryan Higgins. And it's 11 in a row sat down by Higgins. And it brings up Ahmad Fitz, who is the second strikeout victim of the day. Higgins will try to do it again. Florida Southern's offense has been hard to stop recently as Fitz takes a first pitch ball. The Mocs are batting .379 as a team over the last 6 games and hit a whopping .429 in the series against the Buccaneers of Barry. Ball downstairs will miss, 2 balls and no strikes. In today's game against Ryan Higgins, Florida Southern is 1 of 14 for an .071 team average. The 2-0. Called a strike inside, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Florida Southern's offense has put up 38 runs in the last 4 games, the Barry series plus the midweek against Roosevelt. And the 2-1 will miss outside for ball 3. More importantly, the Mocs, when they get a board, which they've only done once with less than 3 outs on the board. So here's a 3-1 taken inside. Appeal down, no swing, and that's a ball 4. So we'll see it here if Ahmad Fitz takes off for the next base as it's the first walk surrendered by Higgins. Florida Southern is 79 for 91 in stolen bases. 79 stolen bases is the most for a Mocs team since 90 were swiped in 2005, the last time that not only Florida Southern played Carson-Newman, but the year the Mocs won the national championship. First pitch taken upstairs for ball 1. A team that loves to steal and very successful at it. The 1-0. Ground ball, this could turn 2. Jenkins over to Nathan for 1, over to first, 6-4 to 3. A double play gets the Eagles out of the inning. Fitz out on the play. It's the middle of the 5th here in Jefferson City, Tennessee, and the Eagles have a 3-0 lead on the banks of Mossy Creek on the Eagles Sports Network. Back here on the Eagle Sports Network, if you want to call it pitcher's duel, only one earned run between the two pitchers, Ryan Higgins and Sachem Ramos. Ramos has allowed, however, 5 hits, 3 runs to score. Granted, 2 of those unearned, but it's still a 3-0 Eagle lead entering the bottom of the 5th. In the previous inning for the Mocs, finally got a base runner after 11 batters failed to reach. And a double play ended the threat. So for Florida Southern, through 5 offensive innings, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and only 1 runner left on base. Carson-Newman, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, have left 3, and it's the top of the batting order for Carson-Newman, Ryan Jenkins, Spencer Williams, and Logan Floyd. So Jenkins will step in from the right-handed batter's box. Florida Southern looking to keep the deficit at just 3. Would be one of the bigger wins for Carson-Newman this season against a top 10 team. Shows bunt, pulls back, but called a strike. A top 5 team, according to the Coaches Association. The 0-1, ground ball. Relaford should be able to make the play, and he does over to McKenna. 6-3 ground out for Ryan Jenkins will lead off the Carson-Newman 5th. It's the first time since the first inning in which Jenkins also led off that Carson-Newman has not led off the inning with a base runner. Williams is 1 for 2, strikeout and a single for him. First pitch down the heart of the plate, strike 1 called to Williams. The 0-1 taken upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. 3 runs and 5 hits for Carson-Newman, looking to extend the lead, just catching a piece of it and fouling it off for strike 2. The next pitch will be the 60th for Ramos. The 1-2 fouled off. Solid fight here between Williams and Ramos. Both Williams and Ramos have won a round against each other, 3rd time through the order. A strikeout for Ramos in the 1st, a single for Williams in the 3rd. And round 3 will go to Ramos with a strikeout, the throw down Philly to McKenna to complete the putout. So it brings up Logan Floyd. Ramos with the strikeout, his 5th of the ballgame. Floyd is 0 for 2, grounded out to first base unassisted and struck out looking. First pitch swinging, knocked down by Ramos. Incredible play by the pitcher as he throws it on to first to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, go the Eagles in the 5th inning. We head to the 6th next on the Eagle Sports Network. Ryan Higgins is back out for his 6th inning of work. He's looked good so far, has only allowed a single base hit to the Mocs. Here from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex in Jefferson City, Tennessee. Higgins sets and fires on the first pitch of the inning for a called strike to Chris McKenna, the first baseman, who in this ball game has only batted once. He grounded out to the third baseman, Aiden Gibson. The 0-1 ball will miss outside. 1 ball and 1 strike, the new count. Here comes the 1-1. It's roped over towards third, picked up by Gibson. The throw on to first base will go in time for the out. 1 away here in the 6th inning. Brings up Jevin Relaford, back-to-back at-bats for Chris McKenna, in which it's been a ground out to third base. 3-0, Carson-Newman leads here in the 6th inning, 1 gone. Relaford struck out swinging his last time up. First pitch ball will miss outside. Higgins has looked good. Here's the 1-0. Chopping ground ball, short dribbler for Nathan. He picks it up and throws it on to first. In time for the 4-3 ground out. So 5-3, 4-3 go the 8-9 portion of the batting order, and it brings up Cleary Simpson back to the top of the batting order for Florida Southern, who's growing visibly more frustrated the longer Higgins goes into this ball game. One of 17 are the Mocs today. Pitch outside will miss for ball 1. So it's a ball and no strikes for Cleary Simpson. Fouled out to third his first time up. Lined out to Trey Miller when he dove for that ball out in center field to end the 3rd inning. Top of the 6th here in Jefferson City. Called a strike will even up the count, 1 ball and a strike. One offering downstairs, missing low. Next pitch will be the 65th for Ryan Higgins. 37 of them have been strikes. So a little better than 50-50 on the ball-to-strike ratio. Ball will miss outside, and it's 3-1. Higgins did walk his first batter back in the 5th. Ahmad Fitz with a 1-out walk, then ruled out on a double play. Higgins has faced the minimum since the 2nd inning. 3-1 downstairs, and it will put a runner aboard. So Simpson draws the 2-out walk. It is the 2nd walk surrendered by Ryan Higgins today in a big series for Carson-Newman, not necessarily in terms of conference, of course, with this being a non-conference series. But it is huge for Carson-Newman fighting for an at-large bid for the first time in a while. Mikey Scott, the batter for the Mocs. First pitch swinging over to third. Gibson, throw across the diamond, is in time for the out. The Mocs have been stumped 6 innings without a run for one of the best offensive teams in all the land, the number 6 team, Florida Southern. Without a run through 6 offensive innings, the Eagles look to add on to a 3-0 lead when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network. Welcome you back here to Jefferson City, Tennessee. Bottom of the 6th inning, top 25 battle. Number 25, Carson-Newman, 3. Number 6, Florida Southern without a run yet. Tanner Kilgore, Nicholas Castellana, and Aiden Gibson are due up this inning. Well, a notification came across my phone between innings, not baseball related, but still in the general realm of the sports world. And I've not had time to mentally process it, so we'll do it on air in the hockey world. A foul ball. The star of the Boston Bruins, Brad Marchand, is on the move. Going to become a Florida Panther, the other side of that trade yet to be determined. A pop-up over to first base. McKenna is there. He'll reach up, and he'll drop it. He'll let it drop, I should say, and it will go for a foul ball. Tanner Kilgore puts a foul ball and gets lucky as McKenna couldn't quite limbo back enough for the strike. Kilgore continues the at-bat with an 0-2. Another foul ball will keep the count at 0-2. The 0-2 grounded foul yet again. Tanner Kilgore battling. 5 pitches despite only 2 showing on the scoreboard with an 0-2 count. A fly ball deep towards left center field. This one is gone onto the banks of Mossy Creek. Tanner Kilgore hits his 2nd home run of the year to left center field, and it's 4-0 Carson-Newman. A leadoff home run here in the 6th inning. A 381-foot solo home run to lead off the inning, and it's 4-0 Carson-Newman. Sachem Ramos, you have to wonder how many legs he's on heading into his 6th inning of work. He's only at 68 pitches, but has now allowed 6 hits and 4 runs as his Moccasins are trailing 4-0. Mound visit for Philly as he comes up to talk to Ramos. Bottom of the 6th, Carson-Newman with a home run. A foul ball will make it an 0-1 count. The next pitch will be the 70th for Sachem Ramos. A swing and a miss will make it an 0-2 count to Nicholas Castellana. Tanner Kilgore in the midst of a 3-for-3 day, 2 singles and a solo home run. Castellana will swing through it for strike 3. Castellana now 0-for-3 on his day, but Kilgore more than making up for it. It's the 6th strikeout of the day for Ramos. Brings up the 1-for-1. Aiden Gibson has singled and walked against Ramos. The Moccasins have yet to get him out. A high fly ball into center. Thorman comes in, and he'll reach up to make the glove on the first pitch from Gibson. Two gone, 1 already in. A solo leadoff shot from Tanner Kilgore brings up Tanner Kilgore. He's 0-for-2 with a strikeout and a flyout. First pitch swinging goes Cole Nathan. He comes up empty on the first swing. The 0-1 called a strike. Now an 0-2 to Cole Nathan. 1 run already in here in the bottom of the 6th for the Eagles. The 0-2 downstairs. It keeps the inning alive for now. So a ball and 2 strikes, a swing and a miss for Cole Nathan will end the frame on the 76th pitch of the game for Sachem Ramos. But one hit, it's the big one. Tanner Kilgore with a solo home run to left field as the Eagles lead it 4-0. 7 strikeouts for Sachem Ramos as we're through 6 complete here on the Eagles Sports Network. Welcome you back here on the Eagles Sports Network. Top of the 7th inning, Carson-Newman trying to stun number 6, Florida Southern, and hand them their first loss in a little over 2 weeks. Grant Thorman, Noah Rabin, and Roshan Riley do up this inning for the Moccasins. Pitch is called a strike inside 0-1. Ryan Higgins back out for his 7th inning of work. A collective groan from the Florida Southern dugout when they saw him jog back out. A fly ball. That's the first base hit since the first inning as it drops into left center field. Thought about going for 2 was Thorman. He's got both of the Mocs base hits. Thorman with a base hit. It's a leadoff single, and it brings up Noah Rabin, who's 0 for 2. Rabin shows bunt, pulls back, and it's a ball outside. So a 1-0 count. Ryan Higgins will pick off back to first for Grant Thorman. Doesn't appear to be any action in the Carson-Newman bullpen down the left field line. Time is called as something going on with Thorman, the base runner over at first as he's talking with the first base coach. We have not seen a stolen base attempt yet from the Mocs, despite Florida Southern stealing 79 bases on 91 attempts this season. The 1-0 swung on and missed. What a cut from Rabin. 1 ball and 1 strike. Florida Southern winning 2 out of 3 against number 14 West Florida, sweeping Georgia Southwestern, sweeping USC Beaufort, and sweeping Berry. The 1-1, another pickoff, but back in safely is Thorman. winning 2 out of 3 against Florida Tech on the road, the lone road series for Florida Southern thus far. And midweek wins against Eckerd and Roosevelt. 1-1, hard hit back up the middle. Trey Miller acted like he didn't know where it was going before reaching up to make the catch, trying to trick Thorman. But Thorman, a watchful eye, retreats back to first. Roshan Riley 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a strikeout swinging. He is the most recent strikeout victim of Ryan Higgins. Higgins accepts the sign before firing over to first. Thorman in safely. The Florida Southern Moccasins, nicknamed for the water moccasin or cottonmouth snake native to southern Florida. First pitch to Riley is taken inside for a ball. Roshan Riley still looking for his first hit of the day. Florida Southern was then known as Southern College when adopting the moccasin nickname in 1926. So 99 years of the Mocs. A swing and a miss puts in a 1-1 count. Not too many teams nicknamed the Moccasins. However, one close to home here in Jefferson City is the 1-1 will miss low for ball 2. And that being the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, also nicknamed the Mocs and the Moccasins. Two one, called a strike on the outside part of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Roshan Riley. 1 out, 1 on. If you're just tuning in, it's 4-0. Carson-Newman in the top of the 7th against number 6, Florida Southern. Higgins accepts the sign, the 2-2, check swing down low, appeal down, no swing, and the count's full. Pitch count has been slowly working up for Higgins in this inning. He's up to 77, will likely cross the 80 pitch mark this inning. Pickoff back to first, yet Thorman gets back in safely again. (3-2), the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. And there's 2 runners aboard as Thorman advances into scoring position. It's the first time a Moccasin has been in scoring position today. It's the 3rd walk surrendered by Higgins. And it will incite a mound visit from Tom Griffin. So 2 runners aboard will bring up Ahmad Fitz, who's 0 for 1. He is yet to put a ball in play, has the designated hitter for Florida Southern, has walked a batter and struck out 1. Two runners aboard for Florida Southern. Big mound visit there from Tom Griffin, trying to calm down Ryan Higgins and keep this game in Carson-Newman's favor. First pitch to Ahmad Fitz. Taken down low for ball 1. The DH has not made contact against Higgins other than foul balls. A swing and a miss for strike 1. 80th pitch from Higgins. He's thrown 45 strikes. A 4-0 Carson-Newman lead over FSC. Back to first, Higgins fires the 1-1 delivery. Ball outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Fitz was named the National South Region and Sunshine State Conference Player of the Week on February 21st after hitting 5 home runs in a single week, including a grand slam and 12 RBI in 4 games. He'll swing over the top of a 2-1 to even the count at 2-2. Was named the National Player of the Week by the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association. 2 runners aboard, game-tying run stands on deck. The 2-2 comes in and hits him, and that'll load the bases. It's enough for Castellana, the catcher, to come out and hand-deliver the ball back to Higgins as it brings up Corey Philly. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and grounded into a double play his last time up. Game-tying run is at the plate for the Mocs. On a 3-game hitting streak that he'd certainly like to keep intact, and it looks like this is the day for Ryan Higgins, with Tom Griffin making a trip out to the mound. The infield will converge on the bump. And Ryan Higgins, who has turned in a masterful performance, has not allowed a run thus far, with only 2 base hits allowed, and both of them to the center fielder, Grant Thorman, and that will be the day for Ryan Higgins. 3 runners will be left on base as he leaves the ballgame. A new pitcher for Carson-Newman when we return on the Eagle Sports Network. Back here from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, Mark Salico enters the ballgame for Carson-Newman, the 6'1" right-handed pitching sophomore from Waxhaw, North Carolina. Last appeared on March 1st against Lincoln Memorial, where he threw an inning and a third, allowed 3 hits and 2 runs, but struck out all 4 of the outs he recorded. He needs to get 2 outs and needs to be pretty efficient with it, as he inherits a bases-loaded situation left by Ryan Higgins. Corey Philly is 0 for 2, but is on a 3-game hitting streak that he'd like to protect. Salico's best outing of the year came in the opener on February 1st against King. He only pitched an inning, but struck out all 3 batters he faced. Here comes the first pitch from Salico to Corey Philly, and it's outside for ball 1. Three runners aboard. Fitz at first, Riley at second, Thorman at third. Thorman has both hits for the Mocs today. Another ball downstairs, solid block by Castellana. here in the top of the 7th in Jefferson City. Tying run is at the plate for Corey Philly. A Mocs team with power, 18 home runs on the year. 2-0, called a strike inside. Philly has hit one bomb this year, and it came against USC Beaufort the day after Valentine's Day, February 15th. Here comes the 2-1 from Salico. Ground ball back up the middle. Glove by Jenkins. On to Nathan for one. Over to first. Floyd lets it get away. 2 runs will score for the Mocs. Up to third goes the runner from first, Ahmad Fitz. So Philly will reach on a fielder's choice. The second run of the inning, Roshan Riley will score on an E. The error coming in the inning. And a conversation will be had with the runner over at third. I think he was trying to say that was the runner from second who then advanced, but he was ruled out on the play, so we're still overall correct. Pickoff back to first, but back in safely is Philly. A base hit into right field. No run scored threat yet, but Williams will throw it in. The runner, Philly, will get all the way up to third on the first pitch base hit for McKenna. Philly with speed puts runners at the corners with 2 away. In steps Jevin Relaford. He's 0 for 2. 2 runs have scored this inning for the Mocs as they have split the deficit in half. Relaford fouls off the first pitch he sees from Salico for strike 1. The Mocs have plated 2 here in the top of the 7th, trying to get back on the host Carson-Newman. Back up the middle, Salico can't glove it, but Cole Nathan does as he steps on the bag for the force out. Relaford will reach on the fielder's choice. It's a 4 unassisted that gets McKenna out, and it's an inning ender. 2 runs score on 2 hits, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. Only 1 will go earned on the line of Ryan Higgins. 7th inning stretch here in Jefferson City on the Eagle Sports Network. Sachin Ramos back in for the bottom of the 7th. Both starting pitchers have lasted into the 7th inning. He's got 76 on his line, so we'll see how strong his arm is here in the 7th. Ryan Higgins' day came to an end in the 7th. Allowed 2 runs, however, after a scoring change in the first pitch to Ryan Bolton is a hit by pitch to put him aboard. Both runs go unearned after the error by Cole Nathan allowed the inning to continue on what was a double play ball hit into by Corey Philly. The Saxman music means Trey Miller is the next to grab a bat for Carson-Newman. He's been swinging the red-hot stick recently, but is 0 for 2 today. He shows bunt, pulls back, and heading back to first is Ryan Bolton. Pitch was called low for ball 1. Four to 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Carson-Newman allowed 2 runs to the Mocs in the top of the 7th. The 1-0 shows bunt again. It's fouled off, and I believe into the catcher Philly's ankle, but he's got all that protection on, so it doesn't affect him too much. Game 2 and 3 of this 3-game series between the Mocs and the Eagles tomorrow in a doubleheader. 9 innings in Game 1, 7 innings in Game 2. One shows bunt again. It's popped right back up to Ramos on the bunt attempt. And out on the play as Bolton has to retreat back to first. Top of the batting order for Ryan Jenkins. He's looking for his first hit of the day in round 4 now against Sachin Ramos. Ramos has certainly impressed. He has allowed 4 runs, but only 4 runs 3 times through the batting order. It is a good day for the starter for the Moccasins. First pitch, a called strike to Ryan Jenkins. Ramos has struck out 7 Eagles and has recorded a strikeout in every inning except the 3rd. The 0-1 lifted in the air into right field, but well foul out of play. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, runner at first for the Eagles here in the bottom of the 7th. The 0-2 runner goes on a ball low. The throw down from Philly skips off the glove of the second baseman. No movement from Bolton as he'll be content with just the 1 bag on the stolen base. Bolton after the stolen base in scoring position. The 1-2 is just fouled off. Solid protection there from Jenkins. The Water Moccasins looking to get out of this inning with another Eagle in scoring position, looking not to drop the series opener in their lone trip outside of the state of Florida this year. Called strike 3 down low. It's the 8th for Sachin Ramos. Two gone in the bottom of the 7th. It brings up Spencer Williams. 1 for 3 today. A pair of strikeouts against Ramos, but singled in the 3rd. It's now time for round 4 between the Eagles right fielder and the Florida Southern starter. First pitch swinging down the first base line, ruled as a foul ball from our vantage point live. It looked like it bounced right over the first base bag, and it must have landed on the line itself because that looked as close to fair as possible. or landed just outside of the line, I should say. Runner at second, Williams takes a second pitch strike. $12 for our first game tomorrow, 3 o'clock the expected start time in game 2. The 0-2 delivery missing just outside. It extends the inning. For Florida Southern, a 15-2 start to the year, the best since 2018 when the Moccasins started the year on a 17-2 run. The 1-2 skips off the catcher's mitt of Philly outside, and it's ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, and a 2-run game. Carson-Newman 4, Florida Southern 2. A top 25 showdown between Carson-Newman and Florida Southern. The 2-2 delivery, hard hit ball towards the second base gap. It's stopped by Simpson, and the throw on to first is true in time for the out. A solid stop by the second baseman. Simpson ends the Eagles' half of the 7th. We head to the 8th. It's a 2-run Eagle lead when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network. Tom Griffin has made his second call to the bullpen of the day. Mark Salico allows 3 runners to reach, but 2 fielders' choices got the Eagles out of the 7th, and he turns the ball on over to the Middle Tennessee transfer, Jackson Underwood. First pitch from Underwood is a called strike down low. Underwood has been that first arm out of the bullpen, has followed up Ryan Higgins on many a series opener. Second pitch low, counts even. 4-2, Eagles lead. Top of the 8th. A called strike outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Jackson Underwood against Cleary Simpson, who made that incredible diving play at the end of the previous inning. A ball upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Simpson still 0 for 2. Fouled out to third, lined out. And in his most recent plate appearance in the 6th, drew a walk against Ryan Higgins. He takes a pitch low and the count's full. Three-two payoff pitch. Called strike 3. And shaking his head in agreeance as Cleary Simpson, just frustrated with himself. It's the first strikeout for a Carson-Newman reliever today and the 7th strikeout for the Eagles overall. Mikey Scott 0 for 3, set to bat with 1 away. The Mocs suddenly running out of outs, down to their final 5 outs. Ball will miss outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Called strike, and it's 1-1. Thorman stands on deck. He's been the toughest out for the Eagles today, sitting at 2 for 3. 2 of the Moccasins' 3 base hits belong to the Moccasin center fielder. Foul ball will push the count to 1-2. Scott waits on the offering. He fouls it off up the third baseline. It was gloved by Gibson, ready to make a play. Scott began the season with a 10-game hitting streak and brings a 5-game streak into the series, a stretch where he's gone 14 for 23, batting .609 in his past 5 games, with one of those games coming against Roosevelt, 3 against Barry, and 1 from Florida Tech. Foul ball back, and we'll do it again. Scott 0 for 3, in danger of snapping that 5-game streak. Came into this game batting .458, second on the team for Florida Southern, with 3 triples and 4 homers, and is tied for the team lead with 23 RBI. Scott checks his swing. Will get another opportunity. He was looking back at the umpire like he was expecting that called third strike. The .609 average over the past 5 games has come to a screeching halt as he tries to get back on it. Instead, it's a ground ball to Cole Nathan, who dribbles it into center field. It's the second error of the game on Cole Nathan. And Scott's 0 for 4 despite reaching for the first time today. Grant Thorman 2 for 3 today. He's the next batter for Florida Southern. Thorman, the 3-hole batter for Florida Southern. He takes a first pitch ball outside. One of 4 Mocs hitting 400 or better at .415. He has a team-leading 7 doubles and 23 RBI. Both of his hits today have been singles. Runner goes the 1-0. Throw down from Castellana, but it's not in time. First time we've seen Florida Southern have a stolen base attempt, and it is successful. It is the 80th stolen base on the year for Florida Southern. .2-0 count to Thorman. Runner in scoring position for Florida Southern with 1 away. 2-0, called strike outside, puts the first strike in the at-bat. Despite Thorman getting aboard twice today, we have not seen him have a stolen base attempt, despite him being second on the team with 20 stolen bases. The 2-1. It's lifted towards left field. Bolton has a tough angle, and it will drop onto the warning track. Bolton throws it in, and Thorman has a double. It's his 8th double of the year, and it's an RBI. Goes down as an unearned run on Jackson Underwood, but the double brings the Mocs a little bit closer. Still a runner in scoring position for Noah Rabin. He's also 0 for 3 today with a fielder's choice strikeout and a fly out to center. First offering to Rabin is outside for ball 1. 8th meeting between these two clubs, Florida Southern and Carson-Newman. First since 2005, Florida Southern leads the all-time series 5-1 with 1 tie. The 1-0 called a strike outside. It is the first time these two teams have ever met here in Jefferson City. 1 ball, 1 strike. The offering from Underwood is a called strike inside its 1-2. All of the most recent meetings have been in Lakeland, with a meeting in 2002 coming in Tampa, Florida in the postseason in May. A look back towards first base, but a faked pickoff attempt by Underwood. A ball and 2 strikes, a look back. Now the delivery from Underwood skips into the dirt, and a wild pitch will not only keep the at-bat alive, but pushes Thorman 90 feet away, and a sacrifice fly away for Florida Southern from tying this game. The Eagles looking for their first win against Florida Southern since 1999. That was a 4-3 win in extra innings. Check swing, appeal down, no swing, and the count's full. Both dugouts starting to get juiced into this one as Rabin waits on the payoff pitch, which is outside for ball 4. Runners are at the corners with 1 away for Roshan Riley, who's 0 for 2 today. Fly out, strikeout, and a walk. 3 straight Moccasins have reached after the error committed by Cole Nathan. Castellano will come out and deliver signs to Underwood before the pitch. Runners are at the corners for the Moccasins. Game-tying run is 90 feet away with just 1 out in the inning as the first pitch misses inside for ball 1. The pressure now on Castellana from avoiding a wild pitch or a pass ball that could score the game-tying run. 2 runs in the 7th for the Moccasins, 1 run already here in the 8th. Pickoff back to first, but Rabin is able to get in safely. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Moccasins try the delayed double steal, sending Rabin to second, and on the throw down, sending Thorman home to tie the game. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Roshan Riley was looking to send that one into the outfield, at least for a sacrifice fly. Corners are in for Carson-Newman. The 1-1 inside, runner goes, but the throw down goes to third, and allowing Rabin to get the stolen base. Castellano is trying to pump fake over to second to get Rabin out, but switched gears and threw down to third to try to get Thorman running on the way home. Said it's a 2-1 count to Roshan Riley with 2 runners in scoring position. Ahmad Fitz 0 for 1 stands on deck. The 2-1 fouled off. The best case scenario for Carson-Newman right here is either a strikeout or a pop-out, something that would put the second out on the board while keeping the runners at bay. Two balls, 2 strikes, 28th pitch of the inning for number 28, Jackson Underwood, on the way. And it's taken downstairs. It's another full count. Carson-Newman playing its first top 10 team of the season. Payoff from Underwood. Outside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks have been drawn by the Moccasins, and the bases are loaded for Ahmad Fitz. No more spots to put the base runners. And Tom Griffin will come out to have a conversation Griffin's Eagles are 31-62 under his tenure against nationally ranked opponents. The program seeking its 14th top 10 victory. The last time Carson-Newman faced number 6 in the land was just 4 seasons ago at Lee. It was a 4-1 loss. Last defeated a number 6 ranked team in 2009 with a split doubleheader against then number 6 North Georgia. Probably the most notable result in recent history came in 2020 when Carson-Newman took down number 1 Tampa. The base runners for Florida Southern will come and have a conversation with the head coach of the Moccasins, Rick Odette, former 15th round draft pick of the Red Sox in 1997, a 15-3 pitcher for St. Joseph's College. In his first season with the Moccasins after coming over from fellow Sunshine State Conference member St. Leo. Ahmad Fitz has a chance to be the hero with the game-tying run at third, the go-ahead run in scoring position at second. The first pitch to Fitz will be the 30th from Underwood. First offering down low. A 1-0 count as Florida Southern's dugout has all of the energy. A ball and no strikes. The delivery is a called strike outside. Fitz 2 weeks ago was the National Player of the Week. Pitch from Underwood, taken inside and low. It's ball 2. Fitz gets ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike, so 2 balls away from a walk, but 2 strikes away from an out. It's been a great start for Florida Southern, best since 2018. The 2-1, high in the air over towards left field. Foul territory goes Bolton, who will let it go. It's strike 2, and probably best case scenario there for Carson-Newman was Bolton not able to get there, as it would have likely been deep enough to score Thorman from third and tie the game. Two balls, 2 strikes. Carson-Newman looking for a strikeout here to eliminate the chance of a sacrifice fly and get to Corey Philly. Double play is also in effect. Only the third baseman Gibson is playing in. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Ahmad Fitz goes down on strikes. Second strikeout of the inning for Jackson Underwood. Only 1 ball has been put into play, make it 2. It's a double from Grant Thorman. Mikey Scott nearly got out of the inning, or nearly gave the Moccasins the second out of the inning, but an error by Cole Nathan extended the frame. Jason White will now come out to talk to Jackson Underwood. 34 pitches, half of them have been strikes with 17. And it's the second mound visit of the inning, which usually means it's the end of the line for Underwood, and we'll get a pitching change here. 4-3, Carson-Newman leads. A call to the bullpen for Carson-Newman. We'll let you know who it is when we return on the Eagle Sports Network. Welcome you back here to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. Corey Philly, the batter, 2 outs. Bases juiced for the Moccasins. Roshan Riley at first, Noah Rabin at second, Grant Thorman at third. Philly is 0 for 3 today. Some would say he's due for a base hit. The Eagles are certainly hoping that's not the case. Philly on a 3-game hitting streak, a stretch where he's gone 5 for 13. Eli Norris, the new pitcher in the ballgame for Carson-Newman, the closer. First pitch is a called strike. Eli Norris has only faced rough waters once this season. It came against rival Lincoln Memorial in his most recent appearance, and now Odette is coming out and pointing at Norris. Potentially, the only thing I can even consider after one pitch is an illegal motion that Odette is not happy about. The home plate umpire will calm him down. Our umpiring crew, Cameron Haney behind home plate, calling the balls and strikes. David Ross is in the field. Bases loaded for Florida Southern. Norris's pitch is a check swing, appeal down, says he went around. It's a swing for Philly, and all of a sudden the Eagles are a strike away from getting out of a bases-loaded jam. 3 runs have scored for the Moccasins today. All 3 have been unearned. The Eagles' dugout is now the one making noise. The pitch from Norris curves its way in. Called strike 3. Philly goes down on strikes. A strikeout from Jackson Underwood. Eli Norris delivers 3 pitches, gets 3 strikes, and the Eagles get out of the frame. Carson-Newman has one more opportunity to add some insurance runs when we return here on the Eagles Sports Network. Apologies for our temporary camera angle as we're trying to get things figured out and worked out here in Jefferson City. Wyatt Clark is the new pitcher for Florida Southern entering the bottom of the 8th. First pitch swinging on a ground ball, third pitch swinging on a ground ball over to third. It's picked up and fired onto first for the out. It brings up Tanner Kilgore, who's 3 for 3 today after Floyd grounds out to third. Again, apologies for the camera angle as we try to get that sorted out in the next couple of batters. Tanner Kilgore, the designated hitter, 3 for 3, will take the first pitch low for ball one. So 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch is a check swing, but it turns into a ground ball over to second, and it's the first time today that Kilgore has been retired. He's out 4 to 3. Quickly, 2 up, 2 down will bring up Nick Castellana. Castellana's first pitch will be taken low from Wyatt Clark for ball one. It is the first reliever for Florida Southern today. Foul tip will turn it into a 1-1 for Castellana. Hard hit ball towards center field. It's straightaway center, but Thorman has a read. Will reach up and make the catch. 3 up, 3 down in the Eagles' 8th. 3 outs away from taking down number 6 Florida Southern in the series opener of a 3-game set here in Jefferson City. We head to the 9th next on the Eagles Sports Network. First pitch swinging on a pop out to the first base side. The defensive change, Luke Goforth goes after it, but we'll watch it sail out of play. Chris McKenna, the current batter for Florida Southern, has a couple defensive changes to mention. Frankie Delgado, the new catcher. Luke Goforth is the new first baseman for Carson-Newman in a 1-run game against number 6. Ball will miss downstairs from Eli Norris. 1 ball and 1 strike. One, missing low. Again, apologize for our camera difficulties We're continuing to try to get this sorted out. 2 balls and a strike. Norris sets and fires on a pitch low. It's ball 3. Chance for the leadoff runner to get aboard. Chris McKenna is 1 for 3 today. A 3-1 count in a 1-run ball game. Norris sets, fires on a ball inside. It's ball 4, and the leadoff runner is aboard for the Mocs. Jevin Relaford, the next batter. McKenna being held on by Goforth. Goforth comes in expecting bunt. It was a pitch out, but Delgado couldn't quite get there, and the wild pitch will allow McKenna to advance into scoring position. McKenna, who's aboard, reached on a leadoff walk against Norris as the Eagles are trying to complete and hold on to a series opening win against Florida Southern, a team that only has 2 losses on the season. (1-0) bunt laid down. Picked up by Goforth. Covering is the second baseman, Cole Nathan, in time for the out. Up to third goes Chris McKenna. There's only 1 out in the inning. Runner at third, 90 feet away. A sac fly would score him, and it brings up Cleary Simpson. Simpson 0 for 3 today. Did line out to center field in the third. The lone time he's pushed it into the outfield. Fly ball over to Bolton. That should be deep enough to score the tying run. Bolton makes the catch. The throw will come in, but it's too far in front of Frankie Delgado, and Florida Southern has tied the game. McKenna scores on the sac fly, and we're tied in the top of the 9th. Small ball used by Florida Southern. A walk, a wild pitch, a sac bunt, and a sac fly score the game-tying run. And it brings up Mikey Scott. Scott waits. The first offering from Eli Norris is a ball upstairs, and what right now would go down as a blown save. Four to 4, the new score. The 1-0 swung on and missed. The Mocs have scored runs in each of the last 3 innings. Carson-Newman has only been able to put runners aboard and get them in the third. The run in the 6th was a solo home run. Ball comes upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Bases are empty as Florida Southern has tied the game. The 2-1, ball missing outside. 3 balls and a strike. Mikey Scott, the batter, 0 for 4 today. Eli Norris looking to avoid walking his second batter. He won't be able to avoid that as Scott gets aboard for the go-ahead run. had not allowed a run all season until last weekend against Lincoln Memorial, where he allowed a run on a hit, striking out one in one inning of work. And now Jason White, the pitching coach, will come out to have a talk. Runner aboard for Grant Thoriman, who's been the toughest out of the day for Carson-Newman. He's 3 for 4. A double, 2 singles, and a pop-out. So a new pitcher coming in to relieve Eli Norris. We'll let you know all about the new arm on the hill when we return on the Eagle Sports Network. Back here from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, Grant Thoriman's been the toughest out. It will be Blake Cooper's job to try to get him. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1 to Grant Thoriman. The Moccasins and the Eagles, game 1. 1-0 swung on and missed for strike 1. Blake Cooper is the 5th pitcher used for Carson-Newman today. Runner goes, throw down from Delgado. It's a good one, but it skips out of the glove of Jenkins and rolls into the outfield. No movement from Mikey Scott, who's now in scoring position. Carson-Newman knew that this was a team that likes to run. It was a good throw by Delgado, just couldn't quite find the glove of Jenkins, and it's a 2-1 count. And time is called as Thoriman will be now intentionally walked. Two runners aboard. Noah Rabin 0 for 3 today, including a walk, his most recent plate appearance. First pitch from Cooper skips away, and a wild pitch will allow 2 runners to get into scoring position. The Mocs threatening to claim the lead. All 4 runs for the Moccasins have scored in the 7th inning or later. The 1-0. Ball downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Thoriman at first, at second. Scott at third after 2 wild pitches. The intentional walk to put a force at any of the bases in the field is no longer there. The 2-0 solid block by Delgado, and it's a 3-0 from Cooper, who has yet to find the strike zone. Called a strike, and working himself back into the count is Blake Cooper. Ryan Higgins went 6 1/3, allowed 2 runs, both unearned. Mark Salico went 2/3 of an inning, so did Jackson Underwood. Eli Norris going 1. "3-1 offering. Ball upstairs, and it's ball 4 that will load the bases. Maybe not worst case scenario, as that force out is back at any base, but the control hasn't quite been there for Blake Cooper. 4 walks this inning if you include the intentional to Thorman. And it brings up Roshan Riley. He's 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Bases juiced. Rabin, Thorman, and Scott. First, second, and third. First offering to Roshan Riley will miss high for ball 1. The Eagles looking to salvage what at one point was a 4-0 lead. The Moccasins have brought it all the way back and now threaten to take the lead. The 1-0 is a called strike. Now there are 2 outs in the inning, off a sacrifice fly and a sacrifice bunt. Sachin Ramos was the starting pitcher for the Moccasins. He allowed all 4 runs to Carson-Newman, but continues his stretch of at least 5 strikeouts in every start, as he was able to strike out 8 Eagles. Quick mound visit between Delgado and Cooper. 1 ball, 1 strike, bases loaded for Florida Southern in a 4-4 ball game in the top of the 9th. The 1-1 chopped foul, and it's strike 2. The Eagles a strike away from getting to the bottom of the 9th in a tied game. No walk-offs for the Eagles this year. And worth mentioning now, only 1 extra inning game, and it came last weekend against Lincoln Memorial. The 1-2 lifted high but well foul down the right field line. Roshan Riley, the batter, he's 0 for 2 today. Bases are loaded with the go-ahead run for Florida Southern, standing 90 feet away at third. The 1-2 from Cooper is fouled off yet again. Took a beeline into the Eagles football stadium, Berktar Stadium. A ball and 2 strikes. The delivery from Cooper will miss outside, and it's ball 2. So has 1 more of those before he walks in the go-ahead run. Two balls, 2 strikes, a delivery, ground ball to Cole Nathan. He bobbles it. The throw onto first will be not in time. It's Nathan's 3rd error of the game, and it will allow 2 runs to score. Called off the bag. Cole Nathan has committed all 3 errors, and I'm sure it's just got to be a sickening feeling. Rabin advances to second. Thorman scores, as does Scott, and it's 6-4, Florida Southern. All but 1 run today have been earned, or have been unearned, against Carson-Newman pitchers. And now time is called, and focus is on Roshan Riley over at first base, and looks like he's okay, just got a little bit shaken up on the play. So 2 runs score on that play. And just talking with the first base runner again, and Roshan Riley, he'll remain in the ball game, as it now brings up Ahmad Fitz. He's 0 for 2 today. Florida Southern has scored 3 runs here in the top of the 9th. Ground ball to Nathan. He'll field this one and throw it on over to Goforth in time for the out, but it's a little too late for Cole Nathan. Commits his third error of the ball game, and it allows Florida Southern to take a lead heading into the bottom of the ninth. Eagles will have one more opportunity to score, 2 runs to tie, 3 runs to take the lead when we return on the Eagles Sports Network. Back here from the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, Colby Rice, the closer for Florida Southern, enters the ball game to take on the 6, 7, 8 portion of the Eagles batting order: Aiden Gibson, Cole Nathan, and Ryan Bolton. Colby Rice recorded a save in each of his first 4 appearances of the season and picked up a winning decision in an inning of relief in the Barry Series finale last weekend. He'll fire the first offering to Aiden Gibson. Lifts the leg and on the way, too far, upstairs for ball 1. A 3-run top of the ninth for Florida Southern despite no base hits in the inning from the Mocs. The Eagles out hitting the Moccasins 6-4. The Moccasins outscoring the Eagles 6-4. A called strike pushes the count even to 1-1. Ball upstairs, it's 2 balls and a strike. Two-one offering downstairs, and it's ball 3. So 3 balls and a strike. Bottom of the ninth inning, Eagles need 2 runs. A walk here would push the tying run to the plate. 3-1, swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove, and it's strike 2 regardless. Three-2 payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Rice will get a celebration as he strikes out Gibson. Suddenly, the Eagles, who have been leading the entire way through this game, down to their final 2 outs. All 6 runs for Florida Southern have come in the 7th inning or later. First offering to Cole Nathan, a ball upstairs. After mistakes in the field, would certainly like to make up for it with his bat. The 1-0 called a strike down the middle. Colby Rice, the third pitcher used by Coach Odette and Florida Southern. Sachem Ramos goes 7 innings in what is a no decision. 6 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of them earned. Only walked a single batter while striking out 8 as another ball will miss down low for a 2-1. If you're just tuning in, 6-4, Florida Southern taking the lead in the top of the 9th. 1 out for the Eagles in the bottom of the 9th. 2-1. This one's roped into right field through the right side. Cole Nathan will get a single. And the tying run for Carson-Newman will come to the plate. It's the 7th hit of the day for Carson-Newman. And we'll get a pinch hitter bringing in Seth Benner. Benner will get the pinch hit appearance in place of Ryan Bolton, who went 1 for 2 on the day. Was hit with a pitch in his most recent plate appearance, so Benner takes the 8 spot. First pitch downstairs will miss for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes, tying run at the plate. Game-winning run stands in the on-deck circle for Carson-Newman. Called strike at the knees, evens up the count. Moccasins looking to inch closer to tying that best start since 2018, which was a 17-2 record through 19 games. A warning on what I believe is a pitch clock issue for Colby Rice. Rice, a look down, now fires the 1-1. It curves its way into the strike zone for a called strike 2 to Seth Benner. Trey Miller stands on deck. He's 0 for 2 today. 0 for 3 make that. Now a 1-2. Fouled off and into the stands. Nearly hit a couple of fans sitting up on the berm. Time is called again as the home plate umpire, Cameron Haney, will talk to the pitcher, Colby Rice. He's been warned once before, he'll get another. Oh, and excuse me, an automatic ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. New wrinkle to the college game with the pitch clock being introduced. The 2-2 fouled off. Will get another opportunity on weak contact up the first baseline. Eagles have come back from trailing in the 6th inning or later twice this season against Trevecca Nazarene and Emory and Henry. 2-2, fouled back. Benner is staying alive against Colby Rice. Carson-Newman trailed 5-4 in the 7th inning to Emory and Henry back on February 16th. Came back to win 7-6. The 2-2. Chopped through it for strike 3. And the Eagles down to their final out despite leading most of the way through this game. It's Colby Rice's 2nd strikeout. 10th strikeout as a staff for Florida Southern. Trey Miller represents the final opportunity for Carson-Newman, trying to get back to the top of the batting order at the very least. First pitch taken low, ball 1. Ryan Jenkins stands on deck. He represents the game-winning run with the tying run, Trey Miller at the plate. The 1-0 right down the heart of the plate for strike 1. Games 2 and 3 of what is sure to be an entertaining series tomorrow. The 1-1. Skipped into the dirt. Holding the runner was Miller. Put up the hand to say no go. The Mocs looking to take the series opener and win their 7th in a row. The 2-1. Chopping ground ball to third, picked up by Riley. Throw on to first, skips in, but Miller will beat it out with an infield single. And it brings up Ryan Jenkins. Game-winning run at the plate for Carson-Newman, trying to win back the lead. Jenkins, the native to Winter Haven, Florida, more central than Lakeland, but still around the same area. Transferred from Lake Sumter State. 2 runners aboard after the infield single for Miller. And the first pitch from Colby Rice is right down the middle for strike 1, maybe a little bit low above the knees. Jenkins' first career hit was his first career RBI earlier this year against Charleston. The 0-1 from Rice. Checked his swing on a pitch down low, no appeal, and it's ball 1. Jenkins does have 2 homers on the year. It would walk it off with his 3rd. The 1-1 down the heart of the plate for strike 2. Difficult pitch to lay off of there for Jenkins. Eagles down to their final strike in the opener against number 6 Florida Southern. 6-4 the score. The pitch from Rice outside for ball 2. Jenkins will take a jog out of the batter's box to reset. Miller at first, Nathan at second. In a 6-4 ball game, 2-2 count, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Eagles down to the final strike and the game-winning run at the plate. Rice shakes off the sign from his catcher, Philly. Now fires the 2-2. Downstairs again for ball 3. Full count, a walk would bring Spencer Williams to the dish. Signs being yelled out by the field general and Philly, the catcher. Runners will be going. The second Rice lifts his leg. Colby Rice fires the payoff downstairs for ball 4. The Eagles have loaded the bases in the bottom of the 9th. A full count walk will bring up Spencer Williams. 1 for 4 today is the Eagles' right fielder. And time is called as Rick Odette, the first-year head coach of the Moccasins, will come out and talk with his closer. First bit of trouble that Rice has faced this season. Colby Rice, a 1.29 ERA. His lone run allowed came in a 2-inning win against Barry. And we'll get Spencer Williams coming to the plate with the bases juiced. Game-winning run is aboard. Game-tying run in scoring position. First offering outside to Spencer Williams for ball 1, who's been gaining more of that power. He recorded more runs, hits, doubles, triples, home runs, and RBI last year than he had in his first 2 years in an Eagle uniform combined. The 1-0 down the middle for strike 1. Game-winning run stands at first. The 1-1 offering too far upstairs for ball 2. A walk here would bring in 1 run, make it 6-5, and bring up the 0 for 4 Logan Floyd. Two balls and a strike, bases loaded. The pitch from Rice is swung on and missed for strike 2. Eagles once again down to their final strike. Williams, 1 home run this season. It came 6 days ago against Lincoln Memorial in the first inning. The 2-2 from Colby Rice. Ground ball back up the middle. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. This game is tied. A 2 RBI single for Spencer Williams. Mayhem in Mossy Creek. The game-winning run stands at third base, and now Spencer Williams will steal a bag. And now here comes Odette to complain about Williams' stolen base, saying it's invalid. Rick Odette has walked on the field more than any coach this season, talking with the umpires, and that's the day the Eagles have chased the moccasin closer, Colby Rice. A new pitcher into the game in 30 seconds here on the Eagles Sports Network. We welcome you back here on the Eagle Sports Network. Spencer Williams with the biggest hit of the game. A 2 RBI single that has tied the game at 6. It brings in B.J. Rivera for Florida Southern. Rivera, a 2.38 ERA, a 1-0 record on the year. The sophomore from Tampa, Florida, out of Alonzo High School, last appeared against Barry on February 28th, where he went 3 1/3, allowed 1 hit and 1 run. The Eagles have clinched either extra innings or a walk-off. Williams got the stolen base when no one was looking, so there's now 2 runners in scoring position. And it brings up Luke Goforth. The first offering to Goforth. A called strike outside, and the biggest at-bat certainly of Luke Goforth's Carson-Newman career. A chance to walk off number 6. B.J. Rivera's 0-1 offering slides into the zone for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 missing outside for ball 1. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wind blowing ever so slightly inwards. Game-winning run is 90 feet away with 2 outs in the inning. B.J. Rivera tries to send this to extras. The 1-2. It's hit over towards third, picked up by Riley. The throw onto first will send us to the 10th. But the job is done for Carson-Newman. A 2 RBI single for Spencer Williams sends us to the extra frame. Second game here in Mossy Creek that we go to extra innings in the month of March. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Back here on the Eagle Sports Network. As we head to the top of the 10th inning. Corey Philly, the batter. Blake Cooper relieved for by Andrew Bench as the first pitch from Bench will miss low. Second pitch low from Andrew Bench. 2 balls, no strikes in the top of the 10th inning. No extra inning runner. It's a traditional extra inning. No ghost runners here at Division II. A called strike will make it a 2-1. 6-6, top of the 10th. 2-1, fouled back, and it's strike 2. So a 2-2 count to Corey Philly, the catcher. He's 0 for 4. And the 2-2 offering skips in the dirt, low appeal down, no swing, and the count's full. Andrew Bench, the new pitcher. He is the 6th pitcher used by Carson-Newman today after Higgins, Salico, Underwood, Norris, and Cooper. The payoff 3-2. Sky-high foul territory out of play. 6 pitches in this opening at-bat of extra innings for Corey Philly. Carson-Newman 0-1 this season in extra inning contest, allowed a 3 spot in the top of the 10th against Lincoln Memorial. It is the first time in extra innings this season for Florida Southern. 3-2, the payoff, hit back towards short, picked up by Jenkins. The throw across the diamond, Goforth hits the deck, goes prone, but is able to make the catch. Incredible athletic effort from Luke Goforth to make the out against Corey Philly. It brings up Chris McKenna. McKenna 1 for 3. He came around to score in the 9th inning. Led off the inning with a walk, advanced on a wild pitch. Got to third on a sac bunt and scored on a sac fly. Used small ball to, at that point, tie the game. A ball comes low and inside. Hard hit and foul. Six runs on 4 hits, 1 error for Florida Southern have left 9 runners on base. The Eagles 6 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors, have left 6 aboard. Now the 1-1 from bench. Grounded foul. From Wyatt Campbell, who was the defensive replacement earlier. The 1-2 hit hard towards left field. This one's deep. Bolton goes back. He'll headbutt the wall. He goes down in a fair bit of pain and getting over to third. Did he catch it? Oh my! He caught it! Somehow comes up with it after headbutting the wall. He held it up. He's still down and in pain in one of the most incredible catches we've seen here all season. Tom Griffin, as well as the Eagles athletic trainer, will take a trip out to left field. He somehow, some way, pulled it in for the second out of the inning. And even though he's shaken up on the play, the image of him holding up the ball 350 feet away in left center field and really true left field is the image of the game for the Eagles. Top of the 10th, the Eagles looking for the first walk-off of the season. And still looking at Ryan Bolton shaken up in left. So still all the attention is on him. The entirety of Carson-Newman's defense is standing in the outfield grass. That includes catcher Frankie Delgado, still in full catcher's gear, standing in shallow left. 6-6, top of the 10th. Number 6, Florida Southern. Number 25, Carson-Newman. And the top 25 billing has certainly lived up to the hype. The attention right now is still focused on Bolton in left. The walls of this facility have not been kind. We saw an injury to Emery and Henry about 2 to 3 weeks ago. That resulted in a young man being removed from the playing surface by local paramedics. Trey Miller headbutted the wall on an inside-the-park home run last weekend against Lincoln Memorial. He was able to remain in the game, and Ryan Bolton now makes the catch in left field on what will be the final play of the ball game for Bolton. For Seth Benner. And it puts in Braxton Smith into left field. Apologies. So caught up in left field, forgot that Seth Benner had came in, and now it's Braxton Smith's turn in left field. So Benner comes in, makes the most athletic catch of the season after running into the wall, still comes up with the play. And it now brings up Jevin Relaford. We'll see what bench can do here against Relaford. It's a first pitch strike. Florida Southern against the Carson-Newman pitching staff, 4 for 32. Only 4 hits to speak of, been using small ball, a high pop-up in the infield. Underneath, it's the second baseman, Cole Nathan, who will reach up and make the catch to end the Moccasin 10th. Carson-Newman a chance to walk it off when we come back in the bottom of the 10th here on the Eagles Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shop CNEagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shop CNEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. Shop CNEagles.com.
Back here on the Eagles Sports Network, Tanner Kilgore, who hit a 380-foot home run earlier today, 3 for 4, leads off the Eagle 10th. B.J. Rivera still on the hill for Florida Southern. A middle reliever can typically go around 2 innings on any given day, 3 to 4 on how well he's pitching. So Tanner Kilgore leads the inning off. He checks his swing on a pitch well low for ball 1. Carson-Newman has not walked off a game this season, only 1 extra inning contest, and it was a loss. A called strike will make it a 1-1. The offering a well-hit fly ball. Thorman has it in his tracks, will reach up and make the catch for the first out of the inning. The Moccasins went 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 10th. Eagles are hoping to avoid that same fate in the bottom of the 10th. Nicholas Castellano 0 for 4 today. Make that Frankie Delgado's at bat. Apologies. It is Frankie Delgado's first at bat since coming in as a defensive substitution. He takes a first pitch called strike. Taken outside, 1 ball and 1 strike to Frankie Delgado, still looking for his first hit in an Eagle uniform this season. The 1-1 hit towards left field. Scott races after it in foul territory. He makes a Superman catch. What is with the left fielders today? Seth Bender runs into the wall and somehow makes the catch. Now Scott, the Superman-style diving catch as Delgado fouls out to left. It brings up Aiden Gibson, the third baseman. 1 for 3 today is the third baseman, Gibson. He'll pop it up into the outfield on first pitch swinging. Can't find it, but the right fielder, Rabin, eventually brings it down. A fly out to right ends the Eagles' 10th. The scoreboard in the outfield resets as we head to the 11th inning. Next on the Eagles Sports Network. Welcome you back here on the Eagles Sports Network. We head to the 11th here in Mossy Creek for the first time this season. Cleary Simpson will lead the inning off as it's the top of the order due up for Florida Southern. Simpson today is 0 for 3, had a sac fly, foul out, walk, and line out. Called strike down the middle, and it's an 0-1 count. South Atlantic Conference Basketball Championship underway in the second half. Lenore-Rhine, the 2 seed, leading Lincoln Memorial by 2. The 0-1 offering from Andrew. Bench will miss low and away for ball 1. Bench has turned into the de facto second starter heading into the extra frames. He's pitched an inning so far, working into his second. 1-1. Chopping ground ball back up to Delgado on the bunt attempt. He'll throw on to first is well in time. A 2-3 bunt ground out for Cleary Simpson, trying to use the speed, and it didn't quite work out. Mikey Scott, the next batter. He's had a complicated day at the plate with a couple errors, a few walks. He steps up 0 for 4. In the bottom of the 11th, Carson-Newman will have the bottom of the order. Cole Nathan, Braxton Smith, and Trey Miller. Pitch from Bench is in there for a called strike. He's delivered 17 pitches, 12 of them for strikes. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a good one. 6-6 between number 6 Florida Southern and number 25 Carson-Newman. A big swing and a miss by Mikey Scott for strike 2. And looming large on deck is Grant Thorman, who's 3 for 4. Bench waits. Now the 0-2 delivery. Ground ball to Cole Nathan. He'll pick it up and fire it on to Goforth in time. 2 gone brings up Grant Thorman, and the good news for Carson-Newman is nobody aboard ahead of Thorman, who has been by far the toughest out. Has only been retired once. That came back in the 4th inning when he popped out to the shortstop Ryan Jenkins. The first pitch outside for ball 1. First time in 11 for Carson-Newman. Now the 1-0 offering. This one's hit well into the left center field gap. Braxton Smith goes back at the warning track, and he reaches up to make the catch. A fly out to left field for Grant Thorman. And the Moccasins have yet to get a base runner in the free baseball era. The Eagles go into the bottom of the 11th with the bottom of the order due up. It's Nathan, Smith, Miller due up for the Eagles. Bottom 11 next on the Eagles Sports Network. Cole Nathan will lead the inning off for Carson-Newman in the bottom of the 11th inning. First time that the Eagles have gone to 11, first time the Mocs have gone to extras. called strike to Cole Nathan will begin the at-bat. B.J. Rivera back out for his third inning of work. Florida Southern has yet to get a base runner in the 10th or the 11th. The 0-1 fouled off down the right field line. Neither has Carson-Newman. In the 10th inning, went 3 up, 3 down, looking to dispel that here in the 11th. Eagles did go 11 innings last season against Newberry here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, as the 0-2 missing away for ball 1. That was a 6-5 walk-off victory on a pinch hit appearance from Carson Cochran. The 1-2 too far inside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Called strike 3 inside. Nathan can't believe it as he's rung up looking. 4 in a row retired in the extra innings for Carson-Newman. Since B.J. Rivera has entered the game, he's sat down 5 in a row, and it brings up Braxton Smith for his first at-bat of the game. Came in as a defensive substitution after Seth Benner was shaken up in left field despite making an incredible catch up against the wall. First pitch called strike. The 0-1 called a strike as well. It's now 0-2. The longest game by innings for Carson-Newman in recent memory came on March 4th of 2023, a 15-inning affair against Mars Hill. Ground ball hit over towards first. Making the play is Campbell. The flip onto the pitcher in Rivera. It's just incredible highlight reel plays all over the field. 3-1 ground out. Braxton Smith is gone, and it brings up Trey Miller. The first pitch comes inside, and it's ball 1 to Trey Miller. Here in the bottom of the 11th, the Eagles looking for the walk-off. A called strike inside, and it's a ball and a strike with 2 gone here in the bottom of the 11th. This is just game 1 of a 3-game series between these two teams as Miller pops one into right center field. That's going to drop in for extra bases. Miller chugging for second. It's a closer play than he expected, and he's ruled out. An incredible play in the field from Florida Southern. So Miller will single into right center field, but he's chopped down as we head to the 12th here on the Eagles Sports Network. We welcome you back here to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex as we head to the 12th, and the issue is no lights here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex. The issue of darkness going to become an issue quickly here in Jefferson City. A ball missing outside from Andrew Bench, who's back out for his third inning of work. It's Noah Rabin, Roshan Riley, and Ahmad Fitz due up for the Moccasins. The offering is a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. The current time in Jefferson City, 5:15. This is not an issue in 3 days when daylight savings time hits. 1-1, called a strike, and it's a 1-2. Expected sunset is not supposed to be in an hour and 15 minutes. However, the cloud cover is making it darker than normal. Now the 1-2, chopped foul. So a ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs as we're here in the 12th. Rabin, a pair of walks and a fielder's choice. He's now 0 for 3 on the day. The 1-2 hit sharply towards first, picked up by Goforth. He'll step on the bag himself. A marathon series opener between the visitors from Lakeland, Florida, and the host of Jefferson City, Tennessee. There's 1 gone for Roshan Riley. Certainly, as the day gets a little bit darker and it becomes tougher to play, the coaches may have wanted that ghost runner rule to be in effect. A ball downstairs, and it's a 1-0 count. And you have to think certainly that rule favors Florida Southern if it was in effect with their speed and stolen base abilities on the base paths. 1-0 fouled off into the screen, and it's strike 1. Our game started today at 2:02, a little over 3 hours old. The 1-1. This is lifted into left field. Smith goes back, has a read, and will make the catch. It was hit really well from Roshan Riley, just not enough. And there's 2 gone here in the 12th. Florida Southern, Carson-Newman battle 2 more times tomorrow starting at noon. Ahmad Fitz, the current batter, is 0 for 3. A swing and a miss for strike 1. Fitz bats just a $167 with 2 outs in an inning. A .263 batter overall from the left-handed side. The 0-1 missing. And it's ball 1. Andrew Bench to Ahmad Fitz. Bench with 31 pitches. He does have the ability to go deep into games, does Bench, as last year's number 2 starter. The 1-1 called a strike outside. Both teams have scored 2 runs in an inning, 3 runs in an inning, and 1 run in an inning. They've just done it at different times. The 1-2. Chopping ground ball. Goforth picks it up in foul territory. If you're just tuning in, Carson-Newman took a 4-0 lead with a 3-run third inning and a 1-run 6th. Florida Southern then took the lead with 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, and 3 in the 9th before Carson-Newman tied it with a 2 RBI single from Spencer Williams in the bottom of the 9th. It's been nothing since then. The 1-2, back up the middle, first base hit of extra innings for Florida Southern. Ahmad Fitz with the base hit. And it brings up Corey Philly. Phillies 0 for 5 today. Still looking to extend his hitting streak, and it looks like we'll get a pinch hitter here after Odette comes out and talks to the umpire. In fact, we'll have a pinch runner, as it will still be Philly taking the at-bat. Difficult to tell who that pinch runner is right now. It will be number 4 of Florida Southern's roster. And that's Brady Dory. A hard hit ball on the first pitch of the at-bat. Miller acts like he lost it yet again. But it's all jokes for Trey Miller as he's able to haul it in the outfield and end the Moccasin 12th. Carson-Newman will have now a 4th opportunity to walk it off in the bottom of the 12th when we come back. Top of the batting order due up on the Eagles Sports Network. Back here at the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex, bottom of the 12th. Top of the batting order, Ryan Jenkins, Spencer Williams, and Luke Goforth due up. Each of those will get their first swings in extra innings. B.J. Rivera has faced the minimum despite allowing a base hit to Trey Miller. He was thrown out going for the next base. Signals given from the catcher, Philly, as we're set to go here in Jefferson City. Ryan Jenkins, 2 home runs on the season. They came in back-to-back appearances last weekend against Florida Southern. First pitch taken for a ball. This is now the longest game as a ball will miss downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. He'll hit one well into left. Scott underneath it will reach up and make the catch for the first out of the frame. So there's one gone as it brings up Spencer Williams, who is the hero of the 9th. This is the longest game by innings for Carson-Newman against a ranked opponent in school history as Williams takes the first pitch and grounds it through the right side for a single. That will be the first base runner for Carson-Newman to actually get aboard and stay aboard in the extra frames. 1 gone, 1 on, and it brings up Luke Goforth. The Blacksburg, Virginia native looking for a base hit to help out number 25, Carson-Newman. Shows bunt, lays it down, picked up by Rivera, and the sac bunt will put a runner in scoring position. So a runner aboard second base. It brings up Tanner Kilgore, the designated hitter. He's 3 for 5 today with 2 singles and a home run. And they will put him aboard on the intentional walk with how well he's batted today. Second intentional walk of the game. 1 to Florida Southern's batting order, 1 to now Carson-Newman's. And that was all to get to Frankie Delgado with 2 outs. And what a time it would be for Frankie Delgado's first hit of the season with a chance to walk off the number 6 team in the nation. Game tied at 6 in the bottom of the 12th. Pitch from Rivera nearly skipped away, but Philly is able to track it in on a pitch well outside for the left-handed hitting Delgado. Despite Delgado not having a hit this year, has an on-base percentage of .429. The 1-0. This is roped into right center field. Frankie Delgado, the throw home is not in time. Delgado, the hero, as he walks off the moccasins. Carson-Newman, winners in 12, 7-6, and are a win away from taking the series against number 6, Florida Southern. Delgado delivers on his first base hit of the season, and it's the biggest one of the year. Frankie Delgado walks it off. Carson-Newman winners 7-6. The final score here in Jefferson City. The Moccasins will have 2 opportunities tomorrow to still win the series, but would have to sweep the doubleheader over Carson-Newman, and 7-inning starter Colton Kaysen on deck tomorrow. Until then, for our entire crew, a promise to everyone watching at home, bigger and better crew tomorrow than our one camera setup today. Stay tuned for that. Carson-Newman walk-off winners 7-6 in 12 innings here on the Eagle Sports Network. Until tomorrow, I'm Tyler Katz saying so long.